Hi there folks, welcome back to my channel, and for this video I'm back in Glasgow. I'm actually in the south side of the city, and where I'm going to be visiting for today is a place called Queen's Park, and it's actually quite a well-known park in Glasgow. And the reason why it's called Queen's Park is because of Mary Queen of Scots, because the Battle of Langside is said to be fought within the grounds of the park itself. There's actually a monument just down at the bottom of the roads at the roundabout called the Battlefield Monument, because there is actually an area in Glasgow right next to the park. It's called Battlefield, which is called Battlefield because of the battle. So I'm going to go in, have a good explore of the park. I don't think I've actually ever properly been in Queen's Park. I've been by it a few times. So definitely going to go in, have a good explore, show you all what's going on and what the park is like itself. And it's just another great example of why Glasgow is called Glasgow. Because I'm pretty sure I mentioned this previously, that Glasgow actually comes from the Gaelic for green place. And some of you may also know that Glasgow does get referred to as the Deer Green place. And the reason why, and part of the reason why, is that there's always parks throughout the city. So I'm going to shut up in a second and head into the park, which you can just see through there. Before I do head off, if you're enjoying my channel, if you enjoy my videos, if you can click on the subscribe button, click on that notification bell, leave some likes, leave some comments, it's always really appreciated. And if you'd like to support the channel further, I will post a link to the channel's ko-fi.com page, the channel's PayPal account and the TikTok account in the description bar below and in the pinned comment in the comments section. So with that out the roads, I'm going to grab my things and head on into the park. Yeah, so that pillar there, right in the middle of the roundabout, that is the Battlefield Monument, which was erected to commemorate the Battle of Langside. So the park itself is over there and amongst all the trees. Yeah, so they've got this wee plaque on the fence just on the outside of the park. So I'm guessing that the battle actually extends outside the park as well. This is one of the many ways into the park. There are quite a few entrances. Yeah, I'm not sure how much this is actually going to get picked up in the camera, or by the camera, but this is quite a hilly park. And even though I've not really walked that far, I've gained at least some elevation. I'm sort of look down on the nearby houses. So again, just bear that in mind if you're coming to visit, and especially in comparison to somewhere like Elm Grove, it's fairly hilly. See what this is about. I didn't know this was on. Yeah, I had a wee quick nosy, but it was kind of crowded in there, so I wasn't really able to get any footage. But I'll go for a wander around the rest of the park and show you the rest of it. Yeah, so that's the monument down there. Yeah, so a wee bit of history about the Battle of Langside. It was fought in 1568 and it was fought between Mary Queen of Scots forces and her supporters, and those who were supporters of her then infant son James VI. And this was after she'd been forced to abdicate in favour of James, and then been imprisoned in Lochleven Castle, which I have already visited. I'll try and tag that in in a wee card at the top of the video. But she managed to escape from Lochleven Castle, and her supporters were essentially trying to reinstate her as queen. And they ended up fighting this battle here at Langside. And I think this was the last battle that they fought as part of trying to reinstate Mary as queen, which was a defeat of Mary. Mary lost the battle and she was forced to flee south into England in the hope that her cousin Elizabeth I of England would support her and give her refuge. And she ended up being taken prisoner and held prisoner in England for years until she was finally executed. So this was all part of the downfall of Mary as Queen of Scots. And this is a wee map of the layout of the park. So where I am just now is kind of right down the bottom, right about there. And there's a flagpole, which is actually not that far away from where I am just now. And that gives you a really good view of the surrounding area in the park. And there is actually the remains of a fort, which is just there. And overlooking the Pollokshaw Road is a pond. And there is a local legend that the reason why the model boat pond is as shallow as it is because there's a mass grave underneath it. But again, as far as I know, no archaeological work's been done on it, so at the moment that's just a legend. But I'll definitely try and get up towards the flagpole and the fort and see where else we'll go from there. Yeah, so I think I'm going in the right direction. Definitely going uphill. Yeah, so that's the flagpole over there. Let's see what views I can get from when I get up there. I'm not too sure what I'll be able to see because all the trees. But we'll give it a try. And mind you, even from here you get wee broken views of the north side of Glasgow. So you can see the Campsie Fells over in that direction. And you can make out Loch Lomond and the Trussocks. Well, you can make out the mountains for what will be the Trussocks over there. And you can make out the Armadillo and the Finnieston Crane. And you can just make out the main building for the University of Glasgow. I don't think you'll be able to see much from the south side from up there. Probably give you better views of the south. Yeah, so this is the viewpoint, obviously with the flagpole. Looks a bit overgrown, could do with a bit of a tidy up. Yeah, so 1862 must be when the viewpoint was put in, which has been, what, 8 years before the 300th anniversary of the battle. Yeah, we do get at least some views of the north. You see it towards the Campsies. I think that's Whiteley Wind Farm over there in the distance. Yeah, so it's a wee viewfinder. So obviously kind of letting you know what you can see from here. So yeah, telling you obviously Glasgow Cathedral, Glasgow University, Glasgow Cathedral. Obviously you can see Dumgoyne, which is pretty much right in front of me, looking up that way. And apparently going to this you can see Ben Lomond as well, which I think is just to the left of Dumgoyne. But these are some of the views. Yeah, there's all these wee trails and paths through the park. And where I'm heading to is towards the old fort, the old hill fort, which I can pretty much see right in front of me. Down that way, I can just make it the earthworks. Yeah, and I think I'm going to avoid that bit down there because that just looks far too muddy. If the earthworks are as prominent as I think they are, that's pretty well preserved for being in the location it is. Mind you, being within a park's probably helped that, but the fact that this will date back up to 2,000, 3,000 years, you can still see it in the landscape. Yeah, so that's the way I've just came, and that's me just about in the ditch for the earthwork. If you can see, yeah, the ground here is a bit soggier, and it raises back up again for actual earthwork. Again, probably been quite interesting to get some aerial shots of this, but with all the trees, it would not be conducive to that, so just wander up here. Yeah, I do wonder how much the fort's actually been preserved. Yeah, so as we just coming into the middle of it now, as we just passed the earthworks. And there's some more of it down there. Yeah, well, it's definitely something of a defensible position, because it is obviously on raised ground. It does have like the ditch and earthworks, but it's certainly not on the same scale as like somewhere like Cadbury Hill down in England, or what would have been the fort at Oakshaw's in Paisley before that got destroyed. But at least it does seem to have some defensible features. And it definitely seems to be bigger than the ringwork at Park. I know folk have tried to claim that was some sort of defensible position, but it's far too small. But yeah, it would be nice if they had at least like some information boards, like explaining like what this location is, and like the dates and the timeline for it. But again, I love it. A lot of that probably just kind of comes down to money and things like that. Well, I've obviously managed to walk myself into a big circle, because I was back at the flagpole and the viewpoint. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see where the old hill fort is. So I think I'll head down this way and try and see if I can find my way to the pond. Yeah, so there's also the Scottish Poetry Rose Garden, which I think if I go up this path here, that'll actually take me up to that wee garden. And I can hopefully look round from there up towards the boating pond. So yeah, this park is definitely a lot bigger than probably most people realise. And all these paths and tracks, it's definitely a bit of a labyrinth. But then again, that just means that you get to explore more of it and get to see bits that you probably didn't even realise were there. So we'll keep on heading along this path and hopefully find this rose garden. Well, it looks like this is where the Scottish Poetry Rose Garden is. Does seem to have some nice roses out, but it's expecting a wee bit more. But there's a couple of information boards up here. A real nosy at them. So it was opened back in 2003. Yeah, this looks like a wee folly. So this would be the nature park. So obviously people planting quite a few things to try and encourage pollinators. I think they've always been trying to soften the edge of the pond itself to try and create more wildlife habitats. So this is the boating pond. This is the bit that most people see when they're driving by the park on the main road. Well, that's me back at the car from a wander around Queen's Park. Yeah, it's definitely getting quite a bit warmer now. It was certainly a bit cooler when I left the car earlier on. But I definitely had a good wander around Queen's Park, a good explore. Definitely get the steps in. And if I'm not mistaken, Queen's Park is also on the yellow route for the open top tour bus. So I'll link that video in as well if you want to see that one. And yeah, I had a good little explore. Hopefully you will enjoy this video. And again, if you're in the Glasgow area, you'll stop off and spend some time in Queen's Park. So again, hopefully you'll have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.